Once again, just thank you for your patience. Um, Once again, just thank you for your patience. Uh, so I want to just one moment. So right here. So thank you for your patience. Um, it's more than grateful. I'm more than grateful for your patience. So few things that we're gonna talk about in just a moment. We will talk about in just a moment. I have to sit that because that's how low it is. So I have to sit. All right. Thank you for your continued patience, and I appreciate your patience. Trying to make sure it just doesn't move, but doesn't seem the case right now. All right. So what we were speaking of, right? Hold on one second. I'm just have to read over this before we get some technical difficulties. So let's talk about this, right? So I do have some news. So let's talk about this, right? So I do have some news. I'm just gonna um I'm gonna just mute this for 30 seconds. Thank you for your patience um thus far. Um your patience is very, very noted. Just give me like 2 more seconds because I'm also going to just mute this. Phone is going at the same time, so bear with us as we um um bear with us as we embark on this technical problem that will get fixed momentarily. So bear with us just a moment. Okay, I'm gonna make this louder than necessary because I can't hear it. All right. So just as I was saying, okay, I do have an update for you guys as far as it goes to the ballroom incident that most of you guys are aware of. So the ballroom incident that we're going to be speaking about in just a moment. This, and I do say this because I think that it would be warranted. Um, so we do have an update onto the ballroom situation. So I'm gonna give you guys a clip, and then of course, as I do all the time, I'm gonna do some commentary after. Um, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to give you the clip. Here's the clip from the prosecutor, and then then here is the update, and then I will give the commentary on the opposite side of this. So yeah, so here's the commentary momentarily. Just bear with us just a second. So here's the commentary. I'm gonna give you guys the commentary as I always do. Um, and then I'm going to go ahead and take a step back and then I'm going to come back and give commentary on this. I do have some New York news as well, so we will be coming back with some New York news as well. But national news, and then we will come. So we're gonna break this into two sections. So in just a moment, I'm going to pause. So we're gonna pause briefly. We're gonna pause briefly, because I'm going to give national news. I'm gonna give you guys the video. I'm gonna give you two videos. I'm gonna give you the first one for the update about the ballroom, and then I'm going to give you a second one, that he bails on the Supreme Court, as arguments as his chances are low. So I'm gonna do both simultaneously at the same time. Or actually, I'm gonna give you this one, and then I'm gonna give you the other one, and then I'm gonna have commentary on both, and then I'm gonna get to some New York news first, and then we're gonna take a quick couple-minute break, and then we'll come back, and do our little bit of a breakdown of and this is a breakdown of the election tracker, um, for the states that Democrats have already done well in. So a lot of things packed into this podcast, and I want to thank you for joining me so far. So I will have all of that for y'all today. Coming up though, I do have one thing that I will be getting to. So we'll be a little bit more of the New York news, going into. Um, then on Friday, tomorrow, we do have. I'm gonna give you guys the heads up here. So tomorrow, I'm gonna talk more about this bill, that the Senate passed, and then we're gonna talk about more of what's inside of the the House bill. So we're gonna do both. So while I go ahead and do both of those, I'm gonna in the process. I'm gonna try to get this mic stand fixed. So as I do both, I'm gonna try to get the mic stand fixed. Um, but I'm gonna do both those things now, and then we'll come back momentarily. So I do thank you for your patience, but I do thank you for, um, sticking with us so far. But I do thank you so much for your patience, and I do appreciate, your patience. Um, so I do thank you for your patience. I do thank you for, uh, continuing to be with us. so, so here's that clip. Here's the first clip, then the secondary clip, and then we will get to, the New York news, the Senate bill, and then I'll have my commentary at the end, and then of course we will close out, for the we'll take a short break. We'll take a short break, and then we'll come back with commentary, and then we'll do a little more commentary, and then we will close out for 12:15. So a lot of shit, oops, a lot of stuff packed for this show today. So just keep that in mind. Tomorrow's show, however, I do have an announcement. Um, so as I'm possibly, going to be working right now, I'm working on an interview for y'all, so that y'all can see some live interactions. Um, but I'm working on an interview for you guys. Just bear with me, bear with us as we try to get both of those. I'm gonna try to get the Bears interview. I'm also going to try and receive, a congressperson's interview. Some hopefully try to scram it in tomorrow. Um, but I do thank you for your patience. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try with all of my might, and we're gonna try to get the interview. So that's what I'm gonna be doing on the sidelines at the moment while I give you this video. But without further ado, I'm gonna give you this update. Then I'm gonna give you, the second. video, and then I am also going to then take a short break. We'll take a short break, and then we will be back. So thank you for your patience. A commercial break. There will be a break at 11:30. So I'm gonna play this video now, and then I'm gonna play the second video, and then we're gonna take a break momentarily, and then we will be back shortly. So thank you for your patience, and thank you for joining the show. We'll be right back in just a moment. Thank you. All right, so here's the clip. Here's the clip here first. All right, so that is video number one. So that video is ending. I'm gonna give you the second video subsequently behind that. And like I said, it's kind of jam packed because I'm also trying to fix some things here in the house. So while I'm trying to do both, just bear with us a second because I'm gonna give you both videos. Then I'm gonna do commentary on each of those. So just and like I said, we will also do the and I also want to remind everybody we are also going to do the the commentary for both. I'm gonna talk about the ballroom. I'm gonna show you guys the opinion. We're gonna go break it down. But just one momentarily, give you guys this slight video real quick, momentarily, and then I'm going to come back, give you all the commentary, and then we're gonna go to commercial break. We're gonna go to break for just a couple moments. Um, just one moment as I try to fix this for y'all. Just one moment as I try to. So I'm gonna break this into three. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna try to do this very quickly, right? So one point right now is gonna be I'm gonna do. Hold on one second. I should do the other one. Actually, I could do the other slide. Yeah, hold on. 1 second, everybody. 1 minute. I do thank y'all for continued patience, as I said this morning, while we go ahead and hold on 1 second. Commercial break at 11:30. So I am timing myself. So just be mindful, uh, as we try to do this. So commercial break at 11:20. We will come back. We'll be back at 11:30. Let's thank my wonderful friends for helping with the setup and process. So thanks to the friends that I have. We're like making this work slightly because they are also helping at the moment. So do thank y'all. Do thank the friends. So commercial break will be at. I'll make it a little early so that like y'all have time to like go do what you need to do and then come back. So I'll be back in just a moment. So we'll call it 10:45. So we'll call it about 10:45 because it is currently it's 10:36. So we'll call it at 10:49 ish, and then we'll come back around 11:04. Just to give everybody a good glimpse of two videos, and then a slight break and commentary at the same time. So commentary and then break, and then we come back, go over the rulings, and then we'll go over the two Senate bills. If we do not do the Senate bills today, those will be the first thing tomorrow's show. Um, and we have a good show. Hopefully, possible interview. So working on those things as we go along. So thank you to the friend that I have as we are trying to do both of those things at the same time. So I do thank my wonderful friends that are helping with that process. Because they're the ones that are like literally like giving me the script that I have. So we do thank them. I do appreciate them. They are very wonderful friends that I have. Um, and like I said, it couldn't be done without their help, and it also cannot be done without the help of a few other folks. But this show has come back in full force, and it has come back very well. But what I will do in just a moment is here is the video that y'all are all looking for at the moment. So y'all don't have to go looking for this video very quick far. But here is the second video post description. Uh, so this, oh, I'm just gonna give the okay. So I'm just going to give the clarification. So this in the post description. So I'm gonna leave the post descriptions of both the channel, the both the videos. Uh, but this argument is based on the birthright citizenship. So I'm gonna take a quick moment to just let everybody know this is on birthright citizenship. And here is the commentary for that. I'm gonna give the commentary after both of these videos. And BTC is very good at dissecting this. So be right back. Thank you for your patience. We'll be right back in just a moment. Thank you. All right, welcome back, everybody. Sorry for the slight delay. In my return, I was in the middle of handling this text, so I do apologize. Um, so as we're back right now, I do have an update for y'all. So the commercial break will be at 11:10 today. And then we'll be back at 11:20. So we'll take a 10 minute, like a 10 minute break. Um, but I'm gonna do a quick. So I'm gonna do a quick. Um, all right. So I'm gonna do a quick assessment. Um, of both videos. So the first video, so the commentary for the first one is. Whoopsie daisy. All right. So the commentary for the first one is this. So Trump thinks that he is in control, right? So because he because he thinks he's in control, right? So this is the breakdown, right? So the breakdown is this, right? He thinks that he's in control, and there's a slight problem with that, right? So because he thinks he's in control, right, and everybody seems to think that Donald Trump is like the ultimate king, something is very wrong with that, and that assessment is wrong, but it is also something that we've seen. We've seen Donald Trump be upset that he doesn't get his way, and because he doesn't get his way, he is livid, and because he is upset of the fact that he is not the ultimate um, leader of this country, right? He's the leader of the country, but he's acting more of like a dictator, right? So, for those folks that say, "Oh, well, Donald Trump is being Donald Trump," no, Donald Trump is doing the things of a dictator, right? Hold on one moment. I'm just trying to fix this real quick. So he is doing things like he's a dictator, right? So he basically of the East Wing. So the East Wing got torn down because he decided, oh, I am the arbitrator of all things. I can tear down whatever I feel like tearing down. And a lot of things that this prosecutor um, said, I agree with. He basically can't just tear down things because he feels like tearing down things. You are not the resident. You just inhabit that the White House. But every 4 years, a different person, a different family, a different president comes in, and we inhabit a different way of thinking, right? So Donald Trump thinks that he's the owner of this building. So he might be the owner of the. So this is the thing. So he is the owner of like Trump Tower. However, he does not own the White House. So that is what we're looking at, right? So the judge basically said no. However, as you were allowed, this court is allowed, basically to say, guess what? You can't do this, but we'll leave it up to appeal. You can appeal, but the appeals have gotten so bad that. Hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna. It is upside. It's upside down, right? So we're living in the upside down world of Donald Trump, right? So the problem that we are all facing at this time, right? And this is the problem that we've been facing, but this is a problem that we've been facing for years now. And a lot of times people don't realize that Donald Trump thinks that he's the arbitrator of all things, but he is not the person that should be leading this country because he's led us into another war. But not only has it been very, how do we put this, very difficult and very challenging to do a lot of things, but Donald Trump has decided that because you, the American taxpayer, you're not able to do things that you need to do because he and his billionaire buddies get to have a tax break, right? So, in other words, they're able to have a tax break, and you, while you sit at home, try to figure out how you're going to pay for things. So, see, Republicans have had this, we've had this issue, right? Republicans always come in, and this is the thing Republicans come in, say they're going to do one thing, and do the complete opposite. So we see every time, and I'm gonna pull this up so that y'all can see this. But it is every time that we have a Republican government, Republicans always say, "Oh, we're gonna make sure that people are able to have this, and this." Right? There's the three main things. You're gonna have a way of life. Cost of living is gonna go down, and we are not gonna have any issues with going into another war and everything else. Right? Republicans always do it. And then what the Republicans always do, and this is the thing that really people don't realize, people don't understand, is that Republicans do this every time. So every time that a Republican is in office, we then have a Democrat that has to fix things. That is basically what Republicans do. Republicans break things. They break the very government that they say they don't want to break, right? That is too big. They say oftentimes you'll hear them say, "Oh, well, government is too big, and government is doing too much, and government isn't working for the American people." When they are given the opportunity to govern, to do things, they end up doing the opposite. They basically break said government. They break said government. Why? Because it is to where they say, guess what? We are going to break the government so bad that Democrats have to come and fix things. So so basically what you're saying, and this is what I tell a lot of Republicans all the time. I always have these conversations with Republicans. I always say it several times. And I'm like, here's the problem. Republicans always do this. It is always a turnaround when Republicans do things. Republicans, not Democrats, Republicans always turn around and say, we're going to do the best things for the American people, and there's going to be no issues, right? Republicans always do it, and they have a very long record of doing this, right? So it's like, okay, well, Republicans, we've given you ample time and ample times to do this. We've done this for years with Republicans. We've given Republicans the opportunity to govern. We've given them the opportunity. When we give them power, we basically are giving them the time to show us, the American people, why they deserve the vote. Now, here is the problem with the American government. Here's the issue with the Republicans. Republicans always want to break things that we, the American people, always have to suffer. Every time Republicans are in office, Republicans decide we're going to do what we want to do, and that's just not how government is supposed to be run. Republicans wail about government being the arbitrator of a lot of things. But here's the thing that the Republicans forget to do. And this is the thing that Republicans have done. Republicans have done this because Republicans, not Democrats, Republicans, Republicans have done this. And so what a lot of people don't understand is that Republicans are to blame. A lot of times, Republicans are to blame, right? So you come in, Republicans do whatever they want to do. And here is the thing. Republicans are the reason why things break. Because they come in, you give them power, and then Republicans end up breaking the same thing. So it is why things are always broken. Because what happens? You give Republicans power. Republicans, not Democrats. I say I stress it enough, but I stress it enough to where people understand. Republicans. There are times that Democrats don't do everything that they're gonna do. They don't say they say a lot of things, and a lot of times Democrats don't get things done. But I'll say this: at least Democrats try. Democrats will try to get everything done. However, Republicans will be the ones that cause you pain because Republicans, as a lot of them have said, and they have said openly, especially with this Save Act, which basically we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the Save Act momentarily. Um, I'm keeping track of time here. I'm the arbitrator of time today. So like I'm very much, I love my wonderful team that I have of friends. Like I said, that they come in. They basically are on a call, um, and are basic like they'll basically sit there. And when we do this show, and I have to stop for like just a moment, they always remind me that hey, you're doing too much, or they'll go in the earpiece and they'll say, oh, remember that you scheduled a break. So keep minding that at the same time you scheduled one. Just remind yourself that hey, commentary. Make sure that you're wrapping up the commentary. So I get better with time. So I always get better with time. I try my best. And this is the show that I've literally I built out of nothing. So a lot of the videos I've made, a lot of the so I made a lot of videos, and they were easy. They were easy enough to watch, and I will say this. I will say that I have built a channel. I have built so everybody who has been here or has now come over from the main channel that everybody hasn't seen is that we have a channel on the opposite side of this where and I have to say from basically just very 4 years ago. I say five. Um, I say about 5 years ish because a lot of the content that I'm looking at from the sister channel um, is about 5 years ago. So I started political conversations, political talks, 5 years, uh, 5 years this March actually, or this April rather. So I started this 5 years ago, and so some of the guys that have been coming that came over from the other channel, I looked at the other channel, and a lot of people are like, "Where did you go? Where did you disappear?" And a lot of times I have to tell people, I'm like, "No, I didn't disappear. I physically am not in the other channel." And I think that it's better to start new. It's better to restart. And redo a show that basically took me 5 years. I've been doing this show for 5 years. I've done a lot of videos. I have done a lot of live streams. And 5 years ago, this April 17th to be exact, will be about 6 years now that this show has been in service. I have done this show for basically. I have done this show for about almost 6 years, and so this show, and I have to remind everybody that this show is different. And basically, this show is a little different, um, and it's very shocking that 6 years ago I have done this show. I did this show 6 years ago today. Well, 6 years on the 17th. So we won't have a show on the 17th, but I will make sure that I post a video, um, or I'll send the post out out there to to the public, about the journey. So I have been on for about 6 years doing political podcasts. I have been doing this political talk show for 6 years. I've been out there, um, and a lot of as we get better with time, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this to everybody, and I'm gonna do this here right now, and I'm gonna say it now. In the coming days, I will be going and doing a lot more campaigns than I have already done. So in that number, I have done about 4 to 5 campaigns already in the time that I started this show. And I remember myself saying 5 years ago, uh, just a few weeks, that basically I wasn't gonna get into, um, like the campaign side of things. I wasn't going to do that portion of it, and I was gonna just sit there and I was going to do this show. And I've realized that I grew upon that, and I have now several. I have now not only have, but I have now, and I've done this, and I think that it is great that I've done a couple of political campaigns. I've ran a couple. I have participated, in a lot of campaigns. So I think, generally speaking, it is great that I am doing this work. I think that like politics, was my biggest is like my biggest strength, because I love politics. I love this aspect of it. Um, I have been in the Board of Elections office. I have been a poll worker. I'm going to actually continue being a poll worker, because I do love that aspect of it. You get to meet people, you get to talk to people, people that are probably Republican. I meet a lot of Republicans, and a lot of them, have thoughts, and we have open discussions about certain things, and I like that part. The other part of this that I also started to like about political campaigns is that you get to go out and campaign, knock doors, and I've started to realize that when you talk to people that are very much Republican, very much Democrat, you get to see the opposite side of what you don't see. Right? So to the poll workers that go out every election time, and they basically I'm sorry, they basically go and poll work and do the election and hand out ballots and greet people. Those are the people that are very good at their job. And I want to say that those people are the ones that really, really are the reasons why like elections work, right? Because they administer the election, they make sure that people, have if they have any questions about how to fill in the ballot, that part. But then it is also the part of those campaigns. Those campaigns are very good, but it is always a good campaign when you talk to people, knocking doors, and everything else. When you knock doors, you get responses, and then you get to feed. Then what you get to do, which I've like literally like have had the opportunity to do, is you get to realize like you really get to sit down and you get to jot down and be like, okay, I would love to have a conversation with this folk, with these people about their views, about what they would like to see in government and how they feel government is or isn't working for them. So so I do say that political podcasting wouldn't just be, oh, you know, helping the cause. It's basically there are things that you can do and they're doable. And this is where I like, you know, oh, okay. Well, one of my friends literally is in the earpiece now and just is like, oh, well, yeah. Do realize you have a PowerPoint slide that says, oh, break at 11:10. Uh, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the break 11:20, 24 to be exact. So the break will be at 11:24. We'll come back at 11:32. I'll stay to that, but I really want to give y'all the spiel that I always give, or that I have given 6 years. I have given so for 6 years. I've given this spiel about like why it's important to do this part. But I want to say like this part would not be done if I didn't go to get into campaigns or I didn't go to be a poll worker. I would just be sitting here, just kept like literally just commentating on a lot of things. But I see a lot of things, and when you vote, a lot of things happen. So everybody who doesn't understand that, like elections, this is the theme that I've said. This was actually Tuesday's portion of the show, or actually Monday's portion of it, and then Tuesday continuation. But Monday I said elections have consequences. So there are consequences for actions. There are consequences for things that you do. And in this case, elections have consequences. Republicans are going to be losing because Republicans decide that they want to engage in a lot of this disrespect for the American public, the outmost. And I say this because it's the truth, but I say this because it makes a lot of sense, right? So I say this because yes, the American people, a lot of Republicans, you vote for your elected leaders. But I say this because things that you do, and a lot of times you vote for the people because because of the fact that you're able to do things, right? So I try to tell people, I'm like, yeah, you can vote for whoever you feel like voting for. I am not at liberty to tell you who you should vote for because I feel like that part should be what you feel like voting for. And if you feel like voting for somebody who you think is going to do you well, that is who you should vote for. But I also remind people that when you vote for this person, don't just vote for this person because they decide to tell you else X, Y, and Z. So there is things that you must remember. And I say this because you got to remember this. right? You got to remember a lot of things get done because people speak out, a lot of people talk, and a lot of people are really destined to be out here. So I tell people, I'm like, yes, there are things that you can do that involve political commentating. You can, start a political podcast, and really before this show is out, I'm gonna share with you guys my little reasoning, and I'm gonna share with you guys a few things that I've learned and a lot of things that I have done. Right, so a few things. Right, so I'm gonna share that coming up, and so we will, and I will do this. So we we're gonna be making sure that I share this with y'all. So I'm gonna share this with y'all, and I'm gonna make sure that everybody is understanding uh, of this point. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take a short break in about 3 minutes. Cause I am reminded by my friend, I'm like, yo, he's like, yo, remember, it's on the slide, it's on the slide. So that will be, uh, that is going to be like what we're gonna be going up to. Cause next up, so the next thing that I have for y'all, and I hope that you're enjoying the show so far. But I do have something for y'all that we will be doing. So I'm gonna share with y'all the way I start this podcast, and I'm gonna share with y'all the uh, the the very most things that I have been doing. Right, so I'm gonna share with you guys a lot of things that I have been doing because it's easy. But I'm gonna share with y'all a few things, and I'm gonna make sure that everybody is aware. So I'm gonna make sure that I definitely give you out to y'all, if you are willing to stick around before the end of the show today. I do have something to give y'all. I have things to, you know if you want to if you want to make a political podcast and you want to learn how to do it and you want to know about things that will make it a good podcast, then stick around before the end of the show at 12:15, before 12:15, and we will give you I will give you the tips and the tricks of things that I've learned and the things that I have done to make this like a better podcast every time. Uh, and so that is going to be how that's going to work. So we do have a break coming up at 11:24, but coming up next, we do have two more things. Right, so we have two more things. Uh, that I'm gonna go to a poll, but next up, I have I have okay. So next up for y'all, I'm gonna give y'all the rundown real quick. Uh, so I'm gonna get you guys leader. So I'm gonna give give y'all a video from leader Jeffries on his take. And then I'm also going to give you guys a poll that GOP is very worried about. So I'm gonna give you a commentator, another commentator, Scott McFarland. I'm gonna give you some of his take, and then I'm also going to show you the poll. Then I'm gonna show you uh, the decision. Or actually, no. We're gonna do the Save Act, and then we're gonna also do the bill that they have gone ahead and voted on. So I'm gonna do both of those plus a little bit more. In tomorrow's show, I will give you guys what the heads up is. But we do have a commercial break, so we will be back momentarily. We hope that you stick around. Enjoy the show, but stick around because we do have a lot left to go through. And I thank you guys for bearing with us this very early morning to to this very after this late in the morning. And I thank you for your cooperation. I thank you for your patience, and I thank you for joining the Political Talk with Shaheem Jones. I am your host, Shaheem Jones. I'll be right back. We'll be right back momentarily. Stick around. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. It is a very wonderful, it is a very wonderful Wednesday, and I thank y'all for joining, and I thank y'all for being in attendance. It has been a very wonderful Wednesday. I'm sorry, Thursday. On this wonderful Thursday, April 2nd. It has been a wonderful, wonderful morning to be here with y'all, and it has been a very, very amazing afternoon, morning to afternoon. It's been very wonderful being with you for here for 2 hours. We are here on the 2 hour mark. So we do have an hour left of this show. Um, so before I get to our next thing, uh, I do want to say that it has been very wonderful. Um, very, very wonderful that we are here today. We have been here about a couple days now, and we've been here with everybody. We've been here at the show about a couple days now, about a couple weeks, and it has been a very it's been a different view. I think logically speaking, it's been very very different. It's a very different feel when you're with a show for 6 years, going, hopefully continuing. And I hope to, hope to continue this show longer past 2032. So I do think uh, that that is something that will be continuing. And don't get me wrong, I love this show, but I do hope to branch off uh, and do a little bit more of this show, but in a bigger scale. So, because see, we could sit here and do the audio version of this, but eventually we'll start doing more of these. Um, and I think what I'll do later today, and I think I'll do it later, is we will do a a live video. Um, so I'll try to figure out the logistics for that, but we are gonna eventually move from audio to there will be a video component to this, so that as I'm talking, everybody is able to see. As you go further down to like a lot of the videos that I've posted and a lot of live streams I've done, I have done the video portion several times. It's just that it's easier to do like in this setting because your audio, so everybody's like listening to you. Um, and it is very easier to do while you're sitting. Because a lot of times I fidget, so like I have the tendency to just move off to the side, or sometimes and I'll be open with it because I think that it's something that we have to talk about, and I think mental health is a big thing that we need to speak about. So anybody that doesn't speak about mental health, like I said, I get your reasoning. It's not something that everybody needs to know, but for my viewers, I will let you know. Because sometimes I do fidget while on camera, but then sometimes there are some times where it is very difficult to have the earpiece in while I'm trying to shoot. So I don't like to have the earpiece while I'm trying to video do it. Like video do this live stream, but it's easier audio because if I have to step off to the side or I'm fidgeting a little bit more than I should, I tend to just be like, you know what, I'll step off to the side. We'll do a commercial break, um, and I don't mind. So that that that's the general like logistics of this. Is like we can do this video, but there would be like some switches into how that is done. But I wouldn't like hinder that fact of, oh, we're just gonna move off to the side. We're not gonna even address the fact that like, oh, there was a slight movement of the host. I had to step off the side and I had to just, mental health. issues settle in. So there is like a component to this where I'm like, no, if mental health is the thing, it's very much so like I just step off to the side and you know take care of business that side, and then from there I'll just come back and then we'll continue this discussion, and then like I said, I'll always let everybody know beforehand, whether through comments or through like because I watch the live stream myself on like a different device. So like I'll just pay attention. And then like if I feel like I have to step off, I will we'll take a cue of like 5 minutes, um and things. So this next clip, okay, all right. So this next thing I'm gonna show you guys is going to be Leader Jeffries, and basically he has asked a couple of things that I think like generally are like how this administration is acting, and a few things that I think that a lot of times Democrats as answer for, um and and so this is I'm gonna just stop for 2 seconds. I'm just gonna address the fact that this is where like Democrats, this is why. Like Dems always have like a killer thing. But I'll say this about Hakeem Jeffries. Hakeem Jeffries has been a very resounding Dem on the left. And he if everybody doesn't understand, like he's the guy like we look at and we're like the Republicans know what they're up against, and do they know what they're saying is like literally batshit crazy? But then like Democrats are like over here like, no, these Republicans are real stupid, and whatever they're telling you on that side, Republicans are just they're trying to believe the lie that they're trying to tell you, by like literally blaming other people but themselves. And a lot of times it's just like Republicans, you're the one that controls government. So why the fuck, excuse my French, but why the fuck are we just sitting here like, what the fuck is wrong with these Republicans? Because these Republicans, and I always do this, like I'm gonna start doing this a little bit more because I've been told, like a lot of my friends, like again, like I said, I have a great team. I have wonderful friends that like they literally try to help this show, and one of the, and one of them goes, "Why don't you just be a little unfiltered?" And I think everybody would love that part of the show if you were a little unfiltered. So we're gonna entertain that a little bit, but I'll say this, right? So see, it's basically Republicans want to feed you this lie of, oh no, whatever Democrats try to blame us for, no, it's them. The fuck are we talking about? Like Republicans are so fucking batshit crazy that that literally it has gotten to the point where even the people that voted for Trump in 24, 2020, and 2016 are like, this is fucking insane. Why the fuck? Like he literally, like Donald Trump goes, we're not gonna go into another war, and this motherfucker has just put us into another war. Like, like what the fuck type of shit is that? And then these fucking Senate Republicans, some of them, not everybody, some of these Senate Republicans and fucking House Republicans are like, it's not a war. It's not a war. So what the fuck is it? Right? And then the fucking defense secretary is like, he's like, oh, I'm not the secretary of defense. I'm Secretary of War. Like this motherfucker is like do the Republicans ever fucking look at what they ever say? And it's just like it's just a sound of like these motherfuckers are so stupid, and they want people to believe. They want people to believe this lie, and then fucking literally 10 seconds after that shit, they're like, "Oh no, we're gonna put everybody in another war." Like the fuck is wrong? Like Republic and this is like part of the commentary that I think like if I don't give y'all like the other part of this commentary, I think that everybody is gonna be mad at me. But I think I'm gonna have like some people be like, "Oh, why are you not outraged?" No, outraged and upset at the same time is two different things. When you're outraged, it has to be like a reasonable outrage, but like it has to be like an outrage where it's not aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say like, oh, violence is the answer. Like, violence is never the answer. And I try to tell people this, and people don't listen. But I'm like, violence is never the answer. Like it has it has gotten so horrible. It has gotten bad that literally a lot of this fucking a lot of Trump's thing is like, oh, everybody's out to get me. And then fucking the moment he says that, these Republicans are like, well, we didn't mean to say that. But it's like, hello, do y'all ever look at the fact that like you guys are the problem? Like you literally started this monster in 2016. He got worse in 2020. We are lucky he didn't even touch in 2020 because if he touched in 2020, we would see worse things come out. And then now in 2025 and 26, y'all motherfuckers won't even rein this motherfucker in. Like, literally, these motherfuckers started a fucking monster in 2016, elevated this motherfucker in 20. It literally elevated this motherfucker in 2020. Got behind this motherfucker, said, "Oh yeah, he's our Republican nominee, so we got to get behind this guy." And then then you get behind this guy in 2024, like, oh, elect this guy and he won't do anything that hurts the American people. This motherfucker has gotten us into a war already. Has gotten us into a war. Has taken our, has taken fights with everything that isn't Donald Trump. And then this motherfucker, and then he is trying to put his name on every damn thing. Did you see that? He is trying to put his name on like something in New Jersey, and then he's trying to put his name on Penn Station. Did motherfuckers not see the fact that he is literally trying to put his name on every fucking thing? Like, I don't know if motherfuckers are just blind or just don't see the fact that, like, hello, like he's trying to like literally be a dictator, and then he is sending like military into he like over the like. Did y'all not see like the whole year? Like this motherfucker just goes and then militarizes I'm sorry, federalizes the National Guard in California, sends them into California, and then there's this whole riot type thing that happens because of the fact that he did this. And a lot of things are because of the things that he does, right? California didn't have a problem. Like literally, does he not read like, yeah, things don't have a problem. It is when you try to make a problem of something and then you make like you turn up the volume, right? So this is where I say like Donald Trump is really like I don't know if we are just blind or just don't see the fact that this guy is literally trying to run this like he is trying to kill our country and democracy is literally on its last legs because if the courts don't stop Donald Trump, we're gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? So like this is where like hello, the courts gotta wake up. And I say the courts really need to wake up because at the end of the day it's very dangerous that they would even try to just let this shit go and not say nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So it is very dangerous that they would take that outlook of like, oh, let's sit back, let this motherfucker do whatever he's doing, and then we are literally watching, like we're watching in real time, like how he is being very dictatorial. Um, but I want to address this real quick. All right, so we're coming up on 15 minutes. We're almost at 12 o'clock. So I'm gonna do one more video, two more videos. We'll do a commentary at the end, and then we're gonna do our. I'm gonna give you guys some suggestions, and then I will give you like the agenda for tomorrow's show, and then we're gonna close out. All right. So, I just got told in the earpiece, like I have the earpiece, so like a lot of the friends on that side are like, hello, 12 o'clock. So just get ready to finish out the show. I'm like, no, I heard you. Like I literally hear the fact that part. So we're gonna get ready to end up the show momentarily. And so here we go. Right. So we're gonna do like bits and pieces. So let's start with the first part. Um, here's the first part. Here's this. Okay. So you know what? Can I can I just chime in? Like literally, you know what? Because a lot of my friends are like, "Yo, can you not, like, for the love of God, can you not just?" Because I know you want to say it, but then like if you say it, it's gonna be a problem that you said it. So, but I can't help myself. Like let me be clear. Let me be clear on something, and I'm gonna just do this because like this shit is fucking insane. This motherfucker puts you in a war, right? Okay. Picture this. This motherfucker puts you in a fucking war that like we have no business in Iran in the first place. We literally have no fucking like hold on one second, y'all. Sorry. Um dropped my phone in the process of getting so heated. But no, like literally, this motherfucker put us in a fucking like he put us in a fucking war. And then he's literally like, oh, this is fucking like he's literally like, oh well, I put motherfuckers in a war, but like, sir, like we fucking need help because Iran is gonna fucking kill us. I'm like, so motherfucker. I'm like, yo, what the so motherfucker, really, like, hello, motherfucker, you have since day fucking one of 2020 fucking four. I'm sorry, 2020 fucking five, man. You have disrespected our allies. So like can like oh my god, can like sir, like is something mentally like are we a mental patient or something? Because I I'm starting to really just be like something is real wrong with this guy, and I really believe that this guy is really I I swear like he has literally said like bullshit about our fucking allies, and then he's like, oh well, I need help. Please help, motherfucker. If you bully the fucking allies that we have, these fucking same motherfuckers are gonna remember that and be like, you fucking disrespected us, and then now you want our fucking help. So like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like we've elected a child, and this fucking child has just made shit way worse because this motherfucker, and I say this because like it's like this motherfucker is real stupid. Cause why the fuck would you put us in a war and then quite literally do the same fucking thing? Like bro, like you have got to be a literal idiot. Like like idiot you have to be. You have to be a fucking child. Because there is no fucking way in hell you put us in an unpopular war with the American public. Like America has to go to a war with fucking Iran because this guy has a fucking he has a whole problem. And I'm like, what the like? I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is happening to our country? Like, what are we doing? Like as a society, do we really just accept the fact that this guy has terrorized our country by coming back into power, and now he is literally terrorizing every fucking body else. Like, I don't understand. Like, do we just fucking like normalize the fact that he can do whatever the fuck he wants to people, and there's no fucking repercussions for that shit? Like, I'm sorry, but I beg to fucking differ with that. That shit doesn't make any sense to me. Like how the fuck do we just let this shit sink in? Like, um, okay, so that's gonna end that point. So last thing, I'm gonna give y'all one more video, and then like I'm gonna try to wrap this up in about 5 minutes. So I do apologize. I'm sorry. Whoa. What the fuck? Wait, like, I'm sorry. What the fuck? Excuse my French, everybody. But like, if you're not fucking out, like, okay, I debated this. Like, I really fucking debated showing this clip because I was just like, I saw this. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. I saw this clip like circulate, and I was literally debating whether like I fucking show this clip because I'm like, yo, I, I saw this clip. So I thought not to say nothing. I thought not to say nothing. I thought to be like very timid and very like quiet. But then like something in me was like, no, the fuck if you don't show this fucking clip and then have people just like what they think about that clip, Like oh my god, like this motherfucker is literally I swear to God, bro. Like this motherfucker is so dangerous. This motherfucker goes out and admits the fact, literally, yo, like he literally admits that, yo, Medicaid, Medicare, that's a state problem. Federally, we're just not gonna deal with that problem because we don't have the money for that because we're fighting this war. We got 50 states that we're worrying about. So that's Medicaid, daycare should be a state's problem. He continues, but I just he infuriated me with that statement. But here we go. And so that literally like an attack at. It's like Democrats can literally be like, yo, this motherfucker he is crazy. And if you don't give us the like to every fucking Democrat, if you don't say, and I'm not saying you have to say this, but I'm saying like, yo, something's gotta give. Cause this motherfucker cannot continue. And with the current Republicans in the House of Representatives and the Senate, these motherfuckers are just gonna let this continue. Like we literally cannot let this continue. Like this motherfucker is going to run our country to the fucking ground, and these fucking Republicans are gonna just stand there and be like, "Well, it's a Democrats' fault. Like Democrats had to come work with us. They chose not to, so it's their fucking fault." No, motherfuckers, do y'all not understand that like hello, y'all control every fucking part of government. Y'all control the fucking House. Y'all control the Senate. And you control the fucking White House. Like, dude, the motherfuckers, they're like, these Republicans forget that you fucking control every fucking part of government, yet y'all are refusing. Y'all are refusing to wield your power against this president. And, like, everybody's watching this happen. And it's like at the end of the day, you're like, why the fuck is this guy not being railed in already? Oh, it's because motherfuckers like, oh, this is what the fuck is happening. Motherfuckers are just letting this motherfucker run wild. Trump is like your fucking child that you just have to be like, well, if if and when this motherfucker does anything stupid, we've got to be like, yo, you know what? He's not our problem. We've gotta we've got one loose, and he's running the country in a manner where it's dangerous. Um, somebody send help. Uh, yeah. Democrats, that would be a sign of like, yeah, I got to take back power. Um, and Trump just gave Democrats a ticket of why they do not deserve power. So, yeah, I think that these Republicans are really dumb. Because now why the fuck do y'all gotta give Democrats like why the fuck do you gotta give us so much of an attack ad against y'all motherfuckers, and then y'all motherfuckers literally are fucking stupid because this shit is crazy. This is fucking batshit fucking crazy. Why the fuck do we feel like we are living in a twilight zone? Because ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are living in a fucking twilight zone. So for the motherfuckers, so for the people that are like, are we living in a twilight zone? We must be. Because this is crazy. This is absolutely batshit. Literally. So that's gonna end it with the videos for today. Um, folks, we are in 4 minutes ending this show, but tomorrow. All right, so I'm gonna do this in the New York Minute, as it's called. I'm gonna do the New York Minute, and here we go. All right, so I'm gonna do the New York Minute, and I'm gonna do this real quick. All right, so I'm gonna do this New York Minute, in like literally 30 seconds. So in a 30-second timeline, I'm literally gonna do this, both in two different directions. Right. So keep it simple, stupid. Basically, I'll post the link. I'll post the acronym in the post descriptions of the video. All right, so agenda for tomorrow. I'm gonna give you guys this agenda real quick within the New York Minute that I have. Well, actually, I have 3 minutes, but I'm gonna do this in the magical 1 minute New York Minute. So here we go. Agenda for tomorrow. We are gonna talk about the Senate bill that Democrats and Republicans passed. We are going to also talk about the House bill that Mike Johnson introduced. We are also going to talk about we're gonna try to have an interview tomorrow. I'm working on the interview portion of that part. Um, and let's see here. We're gonna talk about more of the deranged confession that Donald Trump made. And then we're gonna also talk about his speech. So expect a lot tomorrow. We're gonna try to jam pack that in the 3 hours that we have, and we're gonna have a very very long show tomorrow. Beginning here at 9:15. Um, stay. I always tell people, I'm like, yo, stay tuned because we have a lot. But no, in this show, I'm like, yo, we literally have a lot. And it is a lot that motherfuckers really got to pay attention to. So I say, stay tuned, but always pay attention. Don't ever let. And this is gonna be my magical 1 minute conclusion, and also my message to everybody. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do nothing, and don't ever settle for less. Because if you settle for less, let me tell you something. You've let them win, and anybody that tries to bully you because of the way you do things is really where you've got to be mindful. And I'm gonna say this in the way that I think I should. Nobody deserves to treat you any less than who you are. You are who you are. So therefore, nobody gets to talk to you any type of way because they think that they're better than you. That is no way to live, and that is no way we should be. Thank y'all, everybody, for a wonderful show. We have hit the 2 hour and 35 minute mark. Thank y'all, everybody. We appreciate you, and thank you for joining us. Till next time.